Hey there, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I will be showing you all of the products that I currently have pan on. So if you're interested in seeing all of those categories and some spoilers to my Avantvous eyeshadows project pan, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I am going to start off with the categories that I have the least amount of product in, and then we're gonna go up and up and up and up and up. So the first category is powders, and the product that I have pan on is my Catrice All Matte Plus Mattifying powder. So as you can see, I have already repressed this particular powder, and I already hit pan on it. This is actually going into my Shop My Stash rotation for December, and I'm hoping to finish it up. So soon this actually might be in my empties rather than in a video called products I've hit pan on. Next up are blushes, and I've only hit pan on one blush, and the blush is the Catrice Light and Shadow Contouring Blush. This was actually in my project pan, which unfortunately didn't even finish, but I kept working on it until I hit pan, and I'm super proud. This is the first blush that I ever hit pan on, and I am so excited. I can't wait to start panning in 2021 because I will be joining the whole collection project pan, and I'm so excited for that, just to, you know, use up more products and just hit pan on products, and so exciting. Anyway, next up are bronzers, and I hit pan on two bronzers. The first one is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is currently in my Shop My Stash, and as you can see, I hit major pan, and I'm just slowly working away on this one. I think this is going to take ages to finish up, but that's okay. I really like this bronzer. This is the bronzer that I'm wearing right now, and it's just the perfect shade for me, the perfect consistency. So good. And the next bronzer is the Catrice Sun Glow Matte Bronzing Powder, and this is the pan that I have here again, major pan. I want to finish it up in 2021. Hopefully I'll be able to do that because I don't necessarily have a lot of product left. The product around the edges is not very deep, you know, or it's not very thick, so I think I'll be able to finish this one up next year. But look at the shiny pan, so lovely. Going into the next category, which are highlighters, and I've hit pan on 5 highlighters. The first one is my ColourPop X Kathleen Lights On The Cusp highlighter, and this is what it looks like. So look at this lovely pan. This is my favorite cream highlighter. It is so lovely. It is the highlighter that I'm wearing right now, and the glow is just gorgeous. I mean, look at this, beautiful. And it is a gold shade, which usually they don't work for me because they might be a little bit too dark, but this one is the perfect shade that it just blends in with my skin tone. So good, so creamy. I love the ColourPop Super Shock cheek highlighters. Did I say shadows? Maybe not, I can't remember. Highlighters, I love them. They're so creamy, so reflective, and so easy to use compared to other you know, cream or liquid highlights. Next up is another cream highlighter that I've hit pan on, and this is the Winky Lux Strobing Balm in Radiant Pink. So this is what it looks like. This is another product that I want to finish up in 2021 because I like the ColourPop formula a lot more. This is okay, this is not bad, but it's not my favorite, let's say. So I just want to get it out of my collection and, you know, decrease my inventory numbers in that way. I like it enough to actually, you know, finish it up, but it's not something that I would repurchase. And then going into powder highlights, I have my Benefit Dandelion Twinkle, and I hope you'll be able to see there is a waffle pan here. Oh, I think you can see it, and I was so surprised when I actually hit it. There isn't enough a lot of product in this particular one because it is a mini. There's only 1.5 grams of product, but nonetheless, you know, it is a highlight that I've hit pan on, and I am super proud of myself. It is a beautiful soft pink highlight. Look at this, so gorgeous. It just gives like a glow from within look. I think it's very similar to the Essence Pure Nude highlighters, if you can't get your hands on that one, which in Europe we can't anymore. This is a good alternative. It is pricier, but it gives a very similar effect. Love that one. Okay, then going into highlighters that I've hit pan on, but which are in palettes. This is my Catrice Prime and Fine Professional Contouring Palette, and as you can see, I've hit pan in the highlighter. This pan actually came about very naturally. I had it in my Shop My Stash, I think last month, and I was using this shade as my inner corner highlight. And then one day I'm, you know, applying the highlighter on my brush, and I see pan. So satisfying, you know, when you hit pan on a product that you haven't necessarily been working on, and you just naturally gravitate towards it and you hit pan. So pretty. These pans are fairly shallow, so it wouldn't be a problem to finish it up. Not that I'm planning to finish this particular thing up, but it's nice to see some progress on this guy. And then the last highlighter pan that I have is from my lovely Nobody's Perfect But Me Multitask Highlighter Kit. This is the palette that I'm working on in my Pan That Face palette. And as you can see, I have major pan in the highlighter shade, in the gold highlighter shade. This one I use as a blush, this one I use as a highlighter. And yeah, I'm super proud. I am trying to finish up these two shades in my project. This one, as you can see, I'm making way more progress than on this one, but I think it's because of the types of brushes that I use in each of these. You know, this one is a little bit less dense, a little bit bigger, whereas this one is, you know, a little bit smaller, more pointy, so it's just easier to kind of expand the pan on this one. But what I'm planning to do is I'm actually planning to hit a side pan right there before my next update, so, you know, fingers crossed that this actually happens. But yeah, lovely shiny pan here. Okay, and now I am going to talk about the eyeshadow palettes that I've hit pan on, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eyeshadow palettes that have a shadow in them that have pan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the 3 palettes that are in my Pan Those Eyeshadows project pan last. So if you do not want any spoilers, I'll give you a warning before I talk about them, so that you know you don't, so that you know it doesn't spoil the fun for you. Okay, first off is my Kathleen Lights and Colourpop So Jaded palette, and I was working on the shade Sunstone in my Pan Those Eyeshadows project, and as you can see, I have a pan in this little guy. Now, not my favorite shade because it just dusts away when applied dried, and it's quite thick when it's applied wet. Brain fight there. So not my favorite shade, but I liked it. It's a nice summery type of shade. I like the Colourpop formula on most of the shades. Some of these metallics are very metallic, like amazingly metallic, and some of them, like the Sunstone shade, is a little bit more satiny, which is not my favorite, you know. But yeah, hit pan on that eyeshadow palette. And then from my Kylie Cosmetics The Bronze palette, I actually hit shade on the most boring shade, which is this one right here. As you can see, I have huge pan there. Actually, I'm thinking about panning this palette after I am done with my Pan That Face palette project pan. I was kind of thinking, you know, when I was kind of planning on, or when I was deciding what palette I want to pan in 2020, I was thinking, you know, I kind of the choices that I had is either this one or the highlighter kit. I thought I'll, you know, kind of start off easier, and I chose the highlighting palette because there's only 2 shades that I would have to pan. But I think I am pretty set on the decision that this is the next palette that I will be panning. So keep an eye on that. It might take a while because, you know, I'm still not done with the highlighter palette. But I think halfway through 2021, this will be making an appearance in a Pan That Palette project pan. And I'm kind of excited about it because I've never panned a whole palette. And you know, I have some wear on this guy. I used it consistently for months, but these pans are fairly deep, so it might take a while, but I'm still excited that I have, you know, I have some head start on it. There's only already pan in one of those shades, and I do enjoy this palette. It is a good basic neutral palette. Then I have my Revolution Makeup Reloaded Iconic Division palette, and again, this is the eyeshadow palette that I was working on in my Avantvous eyeshadows, and I have pan in this cool toned shade. It is a baby pan, I have to admit, but pan nonetheless. This is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. When I I got this fairly early in my, you know, makeup YouTube career, that I couldn't justify spending that much money on the Anastasia palette. Plus the reviews weren't that great because their formula was changed. It just wasn't a good option for me, so I thought I'll get a dupe. And this one is okay. It's not, you know, it's not the best quality eyeshadow palette, but it does the job. And if I ever want to create some greeny looks that are inspired by the Subculture palette, you know, I have this, and I don't think I would ever declutter it because the color story in this one is very unique. Okay, next up I have my Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, and the shade that I have pan on is the shade of Balance, which is this one right here. Again, baby pan, because I was working on this in my Avantvous eyeshadows project pan. Most of these shades I think I have hit pan on in my project, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, I really love this palette. Again, a very unique color story with this colorful shades down at the bottom here and these more neutral shades. It's the perfect combination of a, you know, of a unique palette that is still wearable. I really like this one. Okay, warning, now we're gonna go into the palettes that I have currently in my Avantvous eyeshadow. So if you do not want any spoilers, that is it, you can go. I'll see you in the next video. But if you're interested in my progress, and also, you know, how also in the pans, then, you know, just keep on watching. I'll be making a separate video for my Avantvous eyeshadows update, but yeah, I couldn't resist not telling you, you know, in this particular video. Okay, so this is my Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and I have pan in 2 shades in this particular palette. So I have pan in this shade right here, which is called Desert Sand, and in this shade right here, which is the one that I was working on currently in my Avantvous eyeshadows project pan, which is called Musk. I've only hit it a couple of days ago, and I can't believe this is my favorite palette, and I can't believe there's 2 pans already in this guy. So exciting. Yeah, like I said, my favorite palette, this is my #1 in my ranking. Those I ranked my eyeshadow palettes, and this was #1 because I love it so much. It's so versatile. Like, you can do cool toned looks, you can do neutral looks, you can do colorful looks, and it's just an all-around good palette. Then I have 2 pans in the Sleek Makeup Oh So Special palette. I have pan in this shade right here, which I was working on earlier in the year, and I also today hit pan in this shade right here, and this is the shade that I'm working on in my Avantvous eyeshadows project pan. I know, crazy, this little palette, and I have already 2 pans in it. yeah, this is a nice palette. Not my favorite, to be honest. My preferences have changed. Sleek eyeshadows are the best in my opinion, but they're good if you're a beginner because they're a bit softer, they're a bit easier to blend. So yeah, if you like the color story and you're a beginner, I think you'll enjoy them. But if you are looking for a lot of pigmentation and, you know, just a little bit of boom, this is not it. And the last product that I have pan on comes from my Colourpop The Zodiac palette. This is again in collaboration with Kathleen Lights, and again, this is a shade that I've been working on in my Pan Those Eyeshadows project pan this month, or this round, and it is the shade The Libra. And as you can see, I have shiny pan here. This is very easy to hit pan on. Because this shadow is so soft, I would tap my brush in and so much kick up would come up. It's actually incredible how fast I hit pan on this. I won't spoil it for you how many times I've used this. You will have to wait until my update, but I'm just going to tell you that it didn't take long at all. But yeah, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give this video a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. But let me know in the comments down below what products you've hit pan on this year. I would love to know. But yeah, that is it. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.